Hello, a quick introduction to interacting with Stoe. Stowing your information starts by creating a pod. A pod is any idea you have in mind. You create a pod inside Stoe space by clicking the plus button. In this case, we are looking at visual learning. Now you have a pod to send your information. Humans are visual creatures. Interesting, this article claims that 65% of people are visual learners. This is information we definitely want to stow. When you find information you want to keep, you click on the share button and then click on stow and you choose the pod. In this case, it was visual learning, the pod we created earlier, and choose the subpod, which is visual learning as well. And you decide how important it is on the sliding scale, and you send to Stowe. Then you can go to Stowe and click on the node we just sent and view the article inside Stowe. You can also create a pod on the go as you find information that sparks a new idea or a plan. In this case, I'm deciding to start planning a trip to Milan for the furniture fair. So I press share and then stow. And here I need to create a new pod. So the new pod will be a trip to Milan. And the new subpod will be the furniture design show. And I decide it's important and then send to Stowe. We can go to Stowe again and see the pod and subpod we've created and look at the information we've put into it. The other thing we can do is we can create a label or a note, which is hold down on the T and change the label to the date of the Milan Furniture Fair. And we can take a note, the best design in the world. This is what my trip to Milan looks like as I make plans. I can now interact with all my information and options in the trip. I can look at the furniture studios I want to visit on my trip, and I plan to take a trip to Lake Como, and I can figure out which Airbnbs I want to stay at. You can create a subpod by holding down on Stowe space and naming the pod. In this case, it's hiking around Lake Como. I can add a browser window and now look for great hikes around Lake Como. So 5 mind-blowing hikes, and then I can drag the link directly into Stowe. Stowe names the link, and now we can go to Stowe and take a look at the link we just brought in. I'm enjoying managing this startup in Stowe. Finally, I have a home for my information and a platform where I can interact with it. Stowe is not so much an organization app as it is an interaction platform. I can bring up my PowerPoint and my document all about Stowe. I can also interact with information on my iPhone, which is where I get a lot of my information. In this case, I'm looking for great pasta in Milan, and I find a restaurant that I like. I share to Stoe and find the pod I'm looking for, which is trip to Milan, and I have a subpod pasta, and I send to Stowe. Then we can go to trip to Milan pod on my iPhone and take a look at the restaurant we just put in there. Thanks for watching. I hope this gives you a taste of what it's like to interact with Stowe.